So what doesn't he be doing? He should be doing more. If you're going to go and destroy a country like he's doing...
Shanawaz, the British government are the second highest donors in the world to the refugee crisis in the region. The second highest. We've given £1 billion, I believe, to that. That is only America has given more money.
And the Americans are the ones...
Where are the Arab countries? Where are the fellow Muslim countries doing that?
But the thing is, the Americans are the ones who do all the damage. So if you're going to cause damage, then you've got to pick up the pieces. If they won't cause any damage, what they do, they go in, they destroy the entire country itself, and then they're trying to say, oh, well...
Shanawaz, America didn't start by bombing Syria. It didn't. It just simply didn't do that. It's actually Assad. Your reading of history is wrong. It's Assad who has killed more of his own people than ISIS and America combined. Well, it's Assad. It's not American bombs that killed him.
I'm not denying, but the point I'm trying to make, yeah, it is Assad. But the Americans get involved in everything. They do a lot more killing than anybody else.
No, they don't.
Now, you're basing your theory based on what you get fed through.
No. I'm basing it on the numbers by also the Syrian Human Rights Observatory, who are hardly going to be involved in American propagandist rhetoric. I mean, they're the ones on the ground or have people on the ground who are feeding back the numbers.
Yeah, but again,
you're just not right. I mean, you just got to admit that it's actually Assad who is, in Syria specifically, it is Assad that has killed more of his people. It's not the Americans.
I'm not denying him. Yeah,
right. So then, can you not give some credit to America, considering America has not killed more Syrians, which was initially the basis of your argument, that America has given the most amount of money?
You can call me anti-American, you call me whatever you like.
Oh, well,
I would not support non-American because I've never believed in their philosophy. They've always been the...
So why doesn't the Saudis give any more money? Is it because Assad is...
That I would totally agree with you. Now,
Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain...
That I agree. They've got money to go play...
Buy hotels, buy football clubs...
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Why aren't they? I totally agree with that. And the thing is, if you sit down with a lot of these youngsters, especially in the Muslim community, they're kicking off about this all the time. But when you talk to an Arab, they get all protective. I'd love for an Arab to come on the radio now and actually challenge that. What is with them? They go out pushing out the Bugattis and getting gold-plated corner rolls and stuff like that. They've got money for their own pathetic things. When it comes to actually supporting their own individual Muslim brothers, anybody else in other crises, in other countries of other faiths, they are not interested. They don't want to know.
So, I mean, that's an...
I can't answer that, why they do that.
Yeah, no, of course you can't. No, I understand. Let's speak to Ishan in Cardiff, who hopefully is on the line now. Ishan, good morning.
Good morning, Nihal. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. Thanks for calling in from Cardiff. Is it especially a Muslim responsibility, or is it something we all share? Or, equally, is it something that we shouldn't get involved in at all?
No, I think it's not only Muslim is a responsibility. Why should they Muslim, though?
Because
Muslims didn't invite them to displace from their peaceful living country. They displaced them. Western displaced them. They should be responsible for that. They should accept them.
Not from Syria.
If they want cheap oil, they should be...
Ishan, there's no oil in Syria. This isn't about oil. There's no oil in Syria. So it's not about that. And also as well, most of these people...
They don't want to create, they don't want to carry on.
But most of the people, Ishan, that are displaced in Syria are displaced because of other Muslims, not...
10 years ago, I've been myself 10 years ago with the Hajj package in Syria.
Right.
And the people were so poor. I asked them personally myself. I said, why are you in that condition? They said, American, they sanctioned us about 10 years ago. They said, what we do? They don't let anything in, nothing be out. We suffer.
To the best of my knowledge, and I've read a bit about Syria, there wasn't. Why was there an embargo on Syria? In fact, Assad. Assad was.
Nothing
Ishan.
Monster. He still lived there. They take any action against him? Bosnian genocide? No. Only engaged changing a regime.
Well, that's not true. Ratko Mladic, Radovan Karadzic is up for war crimes. Who ran that? But let's move away from that, because Ishan, you seem to have...
Last 15 years, they're still alive.
Yeah, but they're being tried, and Western governments did track them down. Also, as well, of course, the West did bomb Serbia to stop them from committing...
Is anything non-Muslims, here we are, they take ages. Why? Where's the UN? Where's the...
What are the Arabs doing to help them, to help Muslims? And wait a minute, Ishan...
You never ask about other people.
Syria is a Arab issue. The West did not try and destabilize Syria. The West did not bomb to try.
Arab are not bombing them. American bombing them. West is bombing them.
They're bombing ISIS.
No, they're not bombing ISIS. What about surrounding? To keeping their weapon factories going on. They don't want to solve that problem. If they want to solve it, it could do in a month. They don't want. They want. Where they solve? Is it solved in Iraq? No. Is it solved in Afghanistan? No. Is it solved in Kashmir? No. Yugoslavia? No. Where they done is good things. They don't want to.
Okay, Ishan. Okay, so if that is the case, then the West should. Are you very clear? Wait a minute, Ishan. Is the West should stop interfering in that region? Yes.
No, the West is always create someone to fight with, keep their business going.
No, I asked you a question. Should the West stop interfering?
Sorry, they shouldn't. They shouldn't put their nose everywhere.
Okay, fine. So then, why should we help those refugees? Let the Arabs deal with it, so we don't interfere.
Why is that? Any Arab help Palestinian? They're suffering so many years. No, Arab is only helping for Western. They don't help for their own brothers.
Well, then why should we help them?
Sorry?
Why should we help them?
Because we've been quiet, we've been helping them when the bombardment. Yes, go on, go ahead. A million people and marching in London. Like, don't attack Iraq. Who listen then? No one. Where's the democratic country? Where's the people's will? Where's people's...
Why should we help them?
Sorry?
Why shouldn't they just? Why shouldn't we leave them to help themselves? There's enough money in that region.
Contract.
Sorry?
Destroy them first, then have a new construction, new contract. I said that's a Western policy anyway.
Well, the West. Wait a minute. The West wants Assad gone. They don't want him.
No, they're humiliating the refugees wherever they go. They're putting new fences. They're disgusting. There's a civilized world.
Well, but Ishan, could we cope? Could we cope with 2 million refugees coming into this country?
Own place. Why? They've been peace-loving people. They're living peacefully in their own country.
No, Ishan, what is going on in Syria is there is a civil war going on in. They aren't living in peace. They wanted democracy. Assad didn't want that. He is a dictator.
He don't like any regime. He don't like no regime in the world. There's only a puppet on there. Where the puppet don't work for them, I said, change the regime. Why? Why they put their nose everywhere? Why they not fighting with Korea? Why don't they fighting with any Muslim country? Jump over area, go on, because they are the bleeding richest people in the world. Get their sources. That's what you're talking about, aren't you?
Yeah.
And mind that we have more refugee from India soon as well, when Modi's government.
You think that's going to happen as well, do you?
That's going to happen soon. What happened in the armies? Why the people are feeling there's so much pressure going on? People leaving their countries.
So, Ishan, where would you go then as a British Muslim? Where do you think where's the safest place in the world for you as a Muslim?
Well, we should talk with aggressor. Who's the aggressor?
Sorry, that's not the question I asked you. You don't seem to answer any of the questions I ask you, actually. Can I ask you one again?
Yes, you can ask me any question. You always ask about Yazidi people. You never ask about other poor people living there in poverty last 15 years.
Well, wait a minute, but that's down to Assad not looking after his people, isn't it?
No problem whatsoever. They create a problem there.
So Ishan, as a Muslim, where do you think you are safest in the world?
As a Muslim, we are playing the Western using as a puppet.
Right. So again, that's not answering my question.
Yeah, I know why you try to be asking. I said we are not that good like now. We should help their own first. Like, if it's a good government there shouldn't be that things happen.
Okay, Ishan, thank you very much.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.